Alright, welcome to Atlas Magick tutorial. I will be creating a scene that's anywhere from 2500 to 2700 draw calls and turning that into about 3 with colliders and all that other good stuff. The first thing we'll do is once we get our project open, we'll go ahead and click in Window, Atlas Magick. Now note that this will pop up over in your top left hand corner. I move it to the right, it's just easier for me to use. First thing you want to do is that, and then click on Open Atlas Creator. From here you'll go ahead and find wherever your textures are at. You'll add your textures either one by one or pressing Control, holding it and clicking on all the textures you want to use inside your atlas. I will be using all of these. Well, not all of them, but the ones I've selected. Once you're done, you'll click and hold and drag them anywhere into this Magick Creator window and then release it. We'll just wait till it's done adding these in, and I'll show you where there's a list to look and see how many textures are in there or that have been added. The tool overall is pretty fast and easy to use. It's just getting used to it. That'll take a little bit of time, not too much. Okay, so we have an image type, so let's see what it added. None. So let's retry this. Check and see what's going on here. One of these images it didn't play nice with. As I was saying though, you just drag and drop them into the thing, give it a little while, as it does take a minute for each one of these to load into the atlas itself. It's converting it and trying to find right square placements. Once it's done, we can click on Make Atlas. Looks like it might be done now. We have Demon Diffuse, Skull Rock, Door, Wall. Everything looks good. Once it's done, you'll go ahead and click on Make Atlas. Here you can create a folder for the atlas itself, or you can just place it straight into the assets area. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and go to Atlas Magick, create a new window, or a new folder. I'm going to call the folder Atlas Tutorial. We'll place this atlas, we'll call it Magick. The bigger the atlas, the longer it'll take to make. Simple as that. You have 1,000 textures in one atlas. It's going to take a lot longer to make than it would to have with, say, 10 textures. The more textures you add into the atlas, the lower the resolution will be on the textures itself. I'm working out an algorithm that'll keep your texture quality while placing it into the atlas. As I said, it's a progress. It's ongoing progress, and I'm doing it daily. Let's go ahead and see if the atlas was created. We go to Atlas Magick, Atlas Tutorial, and as you can see, you've got the normals, the material, and the atlas itself. If you don't like the way the normals look, as you can see it's real bumpy, we can go to normal map and turn down the bumpiness on the actual image itself. I'll do 11. I'll do from sharp to smooth, and I'll hit apply. Now as you see, it looks a whole lot cleaner. Now what we'll do is we'll start building that scene I promised. you'll take the material that was just created and put it into none material. With this tool you can have submeshes, which I'll show you right now. So we've got a capsule, a cube, and a cylinder. What you'll do is you'll take the game object itself and put it into the none game object area. Now we have our scene view here. We can move these out so it's better to see what's going on. Let's add a light in here. Game object, create other, directional light there. That's a lot better. Now, as I was saying, you can have submeshes. Right here it'll show you what mesh is selected. Right now we're at capsule 0. You can go to cube 1, cylinder 2, whatever you like. Here's your textures that can be selected. If you select one, it'll texturize the mesh that's selected. Demon diffused, floor diffused. After every game object you select and put the texture down on top of the game object, you will have to select apply UV helper. It's very crucial you do this. If not, it'll warn you when you go to create the prefab. For instance, missing Atlas Magick helper. Capsule 0 is missing Atlas Magick helper. You must apply Atlas Magick helper on every game object listed. In other words, apply UV helper. Cube 1. Let's go ahead and texturize this. There we go. Apply UV helper. Cylinder 2. Apply UV helper. It's very simple. Now you can go ahead and click on make prefab. Oh, where'd it go? Don't worry. That's just to let you know that you've created your game objects. One drawback with my method is, as you can see, there's no preview of the game object, and the reason for this is, say you have a wizard and you don't want to have multiple wizards that share the same mesh. So for instance, you have one wizard and you have like 20 different robes that you want to throw on this wizard, but with other atlasers and tools you would have to have multiple mesh in order to texture each one individually. If you didn't, all of the UVs that are shared by the mesh itself would all look the same. With my method, all you need is one mesh, and you can use as many different textures on it as you want, and it will show you the texture on each one individually different. Okay, with that said, that's the reason why you don't have a preview of the game object. If you want a preview, just drag it over, take a look. You don't want it, put it back. Okay, so we'll delete this. Let's go ahead and create this full-blown scene I promised you guys. Those are the basics. Oh, the combine location. If you press this, it'll create the combine location to where you drag your game objects. I'll go over this here in a second. For now, let's go ahead and create this scene. Now, 2700 draw calls. Awesome. Prefab pieces, demon statue, the floor. I want a pillar, a torch, and a wall. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Let's go ahead and add another one. Stone door. Let's add another one. Skull mountain. Sure, why not? Alright, so we have 7 different game objects here, and some of them have submeshes, so you can see how that looks. Here's another one with submeshes. let's just get to this. Let's see how fast this program can actually texture stuff. What are we using right now? The demon statue? Demon diffuse, prefab. Let's back it up a little bit. Okay. Floor prefab. Floor diffuse. Apply, make prefab. Sorry, I talked to myself. That's how you know I'm a genius. Yeah, I know. Alright, so pillar. This will be wall diffused, apply, make prefab. Skull Mountain. Oh, here's an interesting one. Let's back up a little bit and take a look at this. Alright, so this is a complex mesh. We can see how it takes to this tool. Done. Door. Find. Now you don't have to keep looking at the object. It's a habit. Since I've made this tool, I just can't help myself. I just like looking at it. Apply prefab. Apply prefab. Or apply UV helper. I keep saying prefab. I'm sorry, guys. The next one. Apply UV helper. Make prefab. Now the torch. Wall diffused. Apply UV helper. Make prefab. Wall prefab. Like I said, you don't have to look at it. Just find what works and go with it. Alright, so now we're done. Let's go ahead and create a make combine location. Let's take a look and see what we have here. Atlas Magick, Atlas tutorial, Atlas prefabs. There's your demon, the floor, a pillar, the skull mountain. As you can see, I created all of these pretty quick. It's a fast deal. It goes fast. So now I have to create this scene for everyone to check out. Remember, 2,700 draw calls to 3. It's pretty amazing. Camera. Let's back this off a little bit. Game object, create empty. I'm going to cheat. I'm using a generator. But you'll get the idea. Here we go. Gotta drag all these things over here. Dang it. Stone door. Torch lids. And wall. Oh, dang it. Alright, and then floor. There we go. Now let's go big. Go big or go home, right? Large, medium, large, dungeon, generate. Alright, so there we go. There you have it. There's a full-blown map. Uh-oh, what do we do here? Ah, I used a door for, oh no. Okay, on my walls, on the walls itself, I'm running into a problem. It's just the wall. I think what it is my wall is it's sharing UVs on one side and the other. So the other side, it's coming out with a different UV on it. I'm working on a fix on it right now. I don't think you guys are going to run into this unless you have objects that use really tight wall spaces, but it will be fixed here shortly. But as you can see, we've got the level set up. Let's go ahead and look at the camera. The camera is off, so I'm gonna move this back so we can get the draw calls in here, because I'm pretty sure you're interested to see how many draws I'm actually generating down. Rotate this at 25 degrees. Rotate this like 25 degrees. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. 0. Let's turn this in this way. Control Z. I'll just move it over. Here we go. Let's get this going, shall we? Back it up. There. Okay, so now we can see the map. Let's go ahead and check our draw calls. As promised, 2,862 draws. If that's not a lot, then I don't know what is. I just recently built a scene like this with characters running around, and I put it on my mobile phone, and I don't see any lag in my phone. None at all. It's very quick, and it looks amazing. So let's press play just to get the actual draws. There you go. It's even more draw calls than I thought. We're at 3,243. We're getting 32 frames per second. We're gonna see all this just go up. You'll see the before and after right now. Okay, so say you have your scene and it's already built and you're just ready to get this thing done, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to sit here and have to go through a whole lot of mess. All you have to do is create that combined location. Underneath it, you're going to see something that says place here. Drag your whole scene into place here. What's happening is I'm going to take this whole scene, I'm going to subdivide it into different meshes at 6,500 verts. There's 65,000 vertices. We'll click on initial combined. Right here, you'll see run in editor. This takes the scene and it's splitting it. As you can see there, it's splitting all these scenes up. Now, if you have one and it's taking a while, like this one, and it has a little arrow next to it, click it and then just click on one of these other things. Well, there it goes. It's done. But if it didn't switch, all you have to do is click it and then click on like the mesh, and it'll just bam, it'll be done. Now, all those objects that you've seen in the initial combined are now all separated into 3 different meshes. What's this mean? 3 draw calls. Simple as that. Here you can see there's 1 mesh, 2 meshes, 3 meshes. So we got 3 meshes. Control Z, 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 Z. Alright, so we're back to normal. Alright, so what's our draw calls at now? 3 draw calls. Remember, we were running like 25 frames per second or something like that. Like I told you, it's going to go up right now. We're at 70 frames per second, nearly doubled what we were at. We're at 3 draw calls. If this doesn't work, I don't know what does. Now, you might have like a question or two, like for instance, does the mesh have colliders on it? Sure does. Prove it? Okay. Create other cube. Let's see a scene view. Here's our cube right here. Let's get this kind of close to the camera so you guys don't bug out looking at stuff. Here we go. We'll drag this cube here. We'll drag it up in the air. Game. There's our cube. We'll press play. It's going to stay floating. What we'll do is we'll add a component. Physics, rigid body. Holy smokes. There it goes. It's stuck. It's not going anywhere, as you can see. And every object in the scene has its own collider. It's all it's all separated. As you can see right here, this has a collider on it. Everything has colliders here. Let's go to pause, go to scene view. I'll drag this over to here. Drag it up. bring it this way. It's actually kind of big. Actually, I got an even better idea than this. Let's go component, game object, create other. We'll create a sphere. How about this one? This will be interesting. Pull this way, up. We're almost there. Up a little bit more. There. Okay. We're gonna make this sphere smaller so it'll fit inside this here statue. So scale, let's do 0.2. Scale this 1.2. Scale this 1.2. Now that sphere looks small enough to fit inside this little dish. Let's bring it here to this dish. Bring it up. There. Let's go ahead and hit unpause it. There. Sphere. Let's create a ridge body. Physics. Rigid body. Oh. Let's drag it up again. Oh, barely off. Hold on, guys. Come on, little buddy. Let's go up. Bring it this way. And unpause. Okay, you see. Where'd you go? Oh, there it goes. Pause. Come on. Can't be that hard to get it in there. This way. This way. I'm way off. This way. Drag it down. Off still. I just want to show everyone at home that this isn't nothing to be skeptic of. There. Sorry for how long it took me to do that, but as you can see, it's all separate meshes. Everything's separate. It's not. It's all separate, guys. And that's what my tool does. It lowers your draw calls. It gets your performance up. We're at 73, 60. We're doubled our frames what it was before. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please email me at levonravel@outlook.com. I will put that also alongside of the video. But that's the tool. I'm working on it, guys. I'm definitely working on it. I've got a whole bunch I want to put into this program or into this tool. It's just I just need a little bit of help, a little push, but it's gonna get there. I hope you guys enjoy the video once again, and I'll catch you guys later.